Lesson 1. Royal accountability is no longer optional. The first and biggest lesson from this whole saga is that the public's hunger for royal accountability is officially non-negotiable. For years, the monarchy hid behind a veil of mystique. The scandals were managed, buried, and forgotten. That fortress has crumbled. Prince Andrew losing his titles and being kicked out of Royal Lodge isn't just some random decision. It's a direct response to a tidal wave of public and media pressure that King Charles couldn't afford to fight. The media coverage has been relentless, painting a picture of a woman absolutely bereft and completely on the edge as her life implies. This isn't just gossip, it's a reflection of a massive shift. The public isn't just watching anymore, they're participating, and their collective voice, amplified by social media, is demanding consequences. Online, you see a mix of judgment and a thirst for justice, with many seeing Ferguson as collateral damage and a long overdue reckoning for Prince Andrew. For King Charles, this was an impossible choice: protect his family or protect the crown. Forcing them to surrender the lease on Royal Lodge signals a new era. The monarchy is learning, in real time, that its survival depends on showing that no one is above reproach. The age of quiet forgiveness is over. The age of public accountability has arrived, and it's unforgiving. Lesson 2. Your status can't save you anymore. For decades, a mix of royal status and celebrity was the ultimate shield. Even after her divorce, Sarah Ferguson played this game brilliantly, staying in the public eye with books, TV shows, and famous friends. That shield has now been shattered. The second shocking lesson is that, in the court of modern public opinion, your connections can no longer save you. Reports claim Ferguson's once buzzing social life has vanished. A source told the Daily Mail that the phone has stopped ringing overnight, with invitations drying up as former friends distance themselves from the scandal. This isn't just a personal slight, it's a social and professional deep freeze that proves a brutal new reality. Association with a scandal this big has become toxic, and fear of reputational damage is stronger than friendship. Her professional life is facing a similar crisis. With new books on the horizon, there's a real fear the scandal has fatally damaged her own business interests. An old 2011 email to Jeffrey Epstein, where she called him a supreme friend, has been dug up, making her a tough sell for brands and networks. One source even declared it a disaster, saying, even she can't see a way of bouncing back. What does this tell us? The unwritten rules have changed. The deference once given to the titled and famous has been replaced by intense scrutiny. Fergie, once nicknamed the Houdini of the royal family for her knack for escaping tight spots, might finally be running out of lives. Lesson 3. The media isn't just reporting the story, it's driving it. The third lesson here is a masterclass in modern media power. The press is no longer just a passive observer in royal scandals. It's an active player, shaping the narrative and fueling the public outrage that forces the palace's hand. The coverage of the Royal Lodge drama is a perfect example of how to keep a story boiling over. It started with Andrew's eviction, but it quickly spiraled into a storm of dramatic new storylines. Will Fergie write a tell-all book to rival Prince Harry's spare? Where will she live? Some reports even pushed the idea that she made a brazen demand for Adelaide Cottage. Insiders quickly dismissed this, but the story did its job. It painted a picture of entitlement that fed public anger. Royal commentators have become key characters in this drama, framing the eviction not as a housing issue, but as a test of the monarchy's integrity. Their analysis gets amplified across countless platforms, creating a feedback loop. The media reports on the scandal, the public reacts with fury, and the palace is then pressured to respond, which just creates more headlines. This cycle ensures the story never dies. We see it in headlines speculating that Ferguson was completely on the edge, and in reports that King Charles was ready to remove furniture from Royal Lodge to force the issue. Each new detail, true or not, adds another layer to the narrative of a monarchy in turmoil, and the media keeps the pressure turned up to max. Lesson 4. The public has declared war on royal privilege. Being forced out of a 30-room mansion has thrown a harsh spotlight on a topic the monarchy hates talking about: royal privilege. And the fourth shocking lesson is that the public is done tolerating what it sees as unearned entitlement. This debate is now bigger than Prince Andrew. It's about a system that gives lavish lifestyles to non-working royals. When the news broke, the public reaction wasn't just about the scandal. It was about the fact they were living in a sprawling, historic home paid for by the Crown estate in the first place. Subsequent rumors that they were demanding other royal properties were met with pure ridicule. Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams captured the mood when he said they seemed to be living in a rather weird fantasy world. There's now a major backlash to the idea that Ferguson, who hasn't been a working royal since 1996, should be provided with any kind of royal housing at all. People are asking a simple, uncomfortable question. Why? Why should someone caught up in controversy, with no official role, continue to benefit from these grace and favor homes? This sentiment reflects a huge shift. People want fairness and transparency that directly clash with centuries of royal tradition. King Charles's reported plan to move Andrew to a property on the privately owned Sandringham estate is a direct acknowledgement of this pressure, a strategic move to stop the criticism that the family uses public resources to handle its private messes. Lesson 5. The monarchy is cleaning house for the next generation. The final lesson is the most forward-looking. This whole crisis isn't just about punishing past mistakes, it's about cleaning up the monarchy for the future. Andrew's eviction is part of a broader, strategic move to get rid of the family's biggest messes before Prince William and Princess Kate inherit the throne. King Charles is acting not just as a brother, but as a new king desperate to protect the institution's future. By removing Andrew and, by extension, Ferguson from their prominent Windsor home, Charles is sending a clear message. His streamlined, modern monarchy has no room for these kinds of liabilities. Moving Andrew to the seclusion of Sandringham is a symbolic act of banishment, placing him far from the center of royal life. This decision is widely seen as being influenced by William and Kate. They know their success as future monarchs depends on public trust, a trust that has been shattered by the scandals of the older generation. They want a clean slate. And Fergie, sources say, she has no plans to follow Andrew and is instead focused on her own independence, looking for a new home for herself. The monarchy is undergoing a painful but necessary purge. It's sacrificing pieces of itself to save the whole. Ferguson's story marks the end of an era of blurred lines and second chances, and the beginning of one where accountability is everything. Sarah Ferguson's departure from Royal Lodge is more than a drama. It's a turning point. The 5 lessons we've just walked through: the demand for accountability, the end of elite immunity, the media's power, the war on privilege, and the monarchy cleaning house all point to one thing. The relationship between the royals and the public has changed forever. The institution is being reshaped by forces it can no longer control. The only question left is, will these changes be enough to save it? If you found this analysis insightful, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the changing face of the modern monarchy.